The very most commonly used object in any project and any programming language is the string only. Now, string is basically a sequence of characters which is either present in single quotes or in double quotes. For example, if I'm writing str equal to, say, code quest, here I'm using single quotations, and whereas the same I can also do by keeping inside double quotes. And in most of the languages, let it be or C, C++, Java, a single character or the one which is with single quotes are usually treated as a character data type. But in Python, we do not have any distinction like that because we don't have any character data type here. Everything is treated as string only. Either you write in, let's say I'm writing C in single quotes, this is not a character, it is a string. Similarly, if I'm keeping inside this double quotes, still it is considered to be a string only. So we do not have any char data type like we have in C or C++ or maybe in Java. Now, whenever you taken a string, how do you access the characters of the string? So there are two ways to do that. Either you can take the help of the index, or you can also take the help of another operator that is called your slice operator. By using index, actually Python supports both positive as well as negative indices. Now, positive index means it is from left to right, that is in forward direction, which starts from 0 and go on. Similarly, negative index means right to left, I mean in the backward direction, where it begins from -1. So if I am trying to store a string, let's say s equal to Python, so this set of characters index, if it is a positive index, I am going to start from 0, first character, then followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. When it comes to negative index, I am going to start from the extreme last character whose index is going to be -1 and previous one is -2, -3, like that up to -6 here. Now, if I'm going to write s of 0, so s of 0 means I'm using a positive index. So at that index, which character is available? P, that is what I'm getting here. Similarly, s of 4, once again we are using a positive index, so where we found O. Now s of -1 represents n, which can also be accessed by s of 5. So it all depends on our requirement whether I am going to take the help of positive index or negative index to access the character. Now, in case we assign or we take some index which is beyond the number of characters present, like in this particular example, we have total 6 characters, which means if I am going by the positive index, I has to begin with 0 and maximum I can go up to 5. Any positive number or positive index beyond 5 is considered to be index error. Very similarly, now minus, if I'm going for negative index, -1 to -6 I can go. Anything beyond this, suppose I'm trying to use -8 or -7, which is not in this particular range, hence for which we are going to get some index error. Now, other way of accessing the characters present in a string is by using a slice operator. Now, in slice operator, we basically make use of two columns, and the first column is going to separate two parts, that is called beginning index and end index, and the second column is going to separate end index and step value. So what these begin index, end index and step are? Now begin index is nothing but the index from where we have to consider the slice, because we are trying to extract a portion of the string that is nothing but your substring. So I should be mentioning from which index I have to start. Now end index is nothing but we need to tell at what index it has to terminate. And whenever we specify some end index, always we need to consider the character till end index -1. So if end index is, for example, 6, I mean I have to consider 6 minus 1 index, that is up to index position 5. Now coming to the step, it can be either positive or negative. So the default value is +1 or -1. Whenever you are using the positive index, it is going to be +1. If you are using some negative index in the slice, this value will be -1 by default. Now while using this slice operator, if we do not specify the begin index, if I'm not going to write this part, because there are three parts, if part 1 if I do not write, then it is by default considered to be from the beginning of the string. Very similarly, if I do not specify the end index, the second argument, if I do not specify, it is considered to be till the end of the given string. Now if the step is positive, which means we are moving in the forward direction, that is from left to right, and we have to consider the begin index to end index -1. Now if the step is negative, then it should be considered as a backward direction, that is from right to left, and we have to consider from begin index to the end index +1. Now let's consider a string here. Let's say we have taken one string where we have stored learning Python is very easy. So here these are nothing but the positive indices that we have assigned or we have taken for each of the characters present in the string. Now when I'm going for this first usage like s of 1 colon 7 colon 1. So what is 1 here? The beginning index, means we have to begin from the first index or the index number 1 where we have the character E. Now till how long I want to go? The end index is 7. So always whatever end index is given, end index -1 character we have to reach, that is up to 7 minus 1, that is 6. Now the step value speaks that every time there is an increment of 1 each, which means I will start from this alphabet E and we will go till this N. As a result, we are going to get what? EARNIN, which is the first 6 characters from beginning with index 1. Now the same result we can also get by using s of 1 colon 7. Here what is missing is the step value, because we already told like if the step value is missing and if it is a forward direction, so the default value is 1. So though I'm writing 1 here or I'm not writing 1 here, it does not make any difference here because I'm going to get the same output. Now here there is a small change, like we have changed the step value, that is 2. So which means the beginning index is 1. I will start from this 1 and I will go up to 7. 7 means 7 minus 1, that is up to 6. And what is the step is 2, means first I will start with E, then I will go to R, then I will go to I. So E, A, R, I, these are the 3 characters that I am going to get because of this step 2 here. Now sometime we only specify the end index here. So s of colon 7 means because no beginning index is mentioned, which means I will start from the beginning, that is index 0. And 7 is going to be the end index, which means 7 minus 1, that is 6. So as a result, I'll start from L, that is 0 index, and I'll go up to 6, that is LEARNIN. These characters I'll be getting as a result of this. Now moving on to the next category, like we are writing s of 7 colon, means here 7 is nothing but the beginning index and we have not given any end index. So when I do not mention the end index, it means we have to consider till the end of the string. Means we are going to begin with 7 index, that is index is 7 is here, and because no end index is given here, I'll be going till the last character, and because no step value is given, so default value is 1. Means we are going to get from this string, I mean this character G, till the end of the entire string. Now this is another format where we have not given either any beginning index nor any end index or nor any step value. So when this kind of situation is there, So we can understand that we are trying to read the entire string from the beginning till the end. You can see here, because no beginning index means it starts with 0. No end index means it is going to go till this. No step value means each time 1 is the default step, which means I am going to read the complete string that is available here. Now the same can also be rewritten in this manner, where I am writing only single column. When I am writing single column means before this column we have a beginning index which is 0 by default. And after this there is an end index which is not given. Not given in the sense what? Till the last. And one more thing is missing here. What is that? Step. So by default is going to be 1. So whatever I could achieve out of S with 2 columns, the same can be achieved with single column also. Now, the last one, which is pretty important in most of the cases, if I want the reverse of the string. So in that case, what I do, see, I'm not mentioning the beginning index or your end index. Only thing we have mentioned is what? The step. Now, because step is in -1, that is I'm just trying to traverse from right to left or in a backward direction. So, as a result of which, we are going to get the characters of the string in the reverse order. You can see Y, then S, then A, E, till I reach this L.